Word of Ayurveda all over the world. We are working from last 20 years in India, and I did my MD in 2002. And since that time, I'm working to spread this word of Ayurveda at our planet. I wanted that people should get the benefit of this ancient healing science. Science of in Ayurveda, it is mentioned it is not 5,000 years old. It is mentioned that it is coming straight from the gods. So when this universe was made, this is the science of eternity. It is there from eternity and it will stay till eternity. So it is timeless. It is continuous, spontaneous, and forever, eternal. That is the science of Ayurveda, science of life, knowledge of life. So it is a continuous process. It is working on the basis of laws of nature. It is you know how the universe works. So it is the principles of Ayurveda are based on the principles of nature. So it is in conjugation with the natural laws like gravity, like electromagnetism, like electricity in the universe, or the other universal forces are there, which are working on, like seasons are there. So similar principles, they were observed by our ancient rishis, and they described that this science or this knowledge or this wisdom, it is not man-made, it is God-made. So we wrote it down like a history that it is from 5,000 year old, but actually it is eternal. It is right from the beginning. If you ask me for of the history of Ayurveda, it is Vedic. Ayurveda is Vedic. What is Vedic? Vedas are our four ancient textbooks. Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sam Veda, Atharva Veda. These Vedas, according to modern historians, these Vedas, they were written about 5,000 years ago. But our Indian Hindu philosophy says they came from God. So when he created this universe, when he created this life, so that Vedic wisdom is there between us today in the form of Ayurveda. And those four other texts are also available. Those are Vedic sciences of mathematics, Vedic physics, Vedic biology, Vedic chemistry, Vedic metallurgy. All those sciences are still there. Still, those texts are there. Those are called Vedas. Vedic rituals are there. So out of that one Atharva Veda, this Ayurveda is the part of that. So Ayur means life and Veda means knowledge. The knowledge of life is Ayurveda. So I am seeing a lot of people, they are getting interested in Ayurveda nowadays from different part of the world, and it is getting very popular science because it is working on those principles. According to Ayurveda, the whole universe is made up of these five elements. These five elements, they are representing the whole matter in the universe, everything in the universe: earth, water, fire, air, and space. So these five elements, they make up everything in the universe. This water makes the water. You can see the water is there. I can see somebody sitting on the beach with beautiful coconut tree at the background. So it's a nice location. So why we are happy at the beach? There, it comes in my mind. Why beach is the most preferred location by humans? Because the universe is made up of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. Our bodies, our living people, so living bodies are also made from 5 elements plus soul. So our soul wants to get connected with these 5 elements of the universe. So beach is the happiest place because we see these 5 elements in abundance there. So everything at the beach is in abundance. The sand is there, the wind is there, the sky is there, the water is there, and the sun is there. So sun is the fire element, water element, earth element, all the 5 elements are of the universe, which are making this universe work. They are there at the beach. And that makes us feel connected with the universe because we are part of the universe. We are part and parcel of this wisdom which is happening, which is continuous, which is spontaneous. It's there from the presence of time, and it will continue. And we are just part of it. We are moving with it. Our bodies are moving with it. And we should feel proud about it. We should feel happy about it. Never feel sad, never feel upset, never feel anxious or fearful, because we are not dying. We are not going to die. Our soul lives forever. And the matter stays here forever. The matter is going to stay. The sand will be with the sand, and the sun will be with the sun, and the earth will, the water will be with the water. So this is what we are made up of. So we get upset or sad or anxious or worried because we don't see this, we don't understand this. We just experience these emotions and feelings, and we get trapped in this illusionary world, materialistic world. That's why we feel so trapped. We feel hurt, we feel bad. So, but Vedas or Ayurveda says you are just a witness to this beautiful creation of God. So live like a witness to this, whatever is happening, just enjoy it. Just feel the vibration, feel the universe happening and expanding with your senses, and you will definitely enjoy your presence on the planet. So I was talking about the basic, I was told by Gauri I should explain what is Ayurveda and what are the basic principles. So I don't want to get lost in so many deep theories. So let's come back to the point about 5 elements and how they are working. These 5 elements, they are represented in our bodies by 3 energies. Earth and water makes potential energy, or the kapha, because earth and water is heavy. Earth and water is heavy, and they make potential energy, and they make the structural, they give the structural form to the universe. All the planets, all the solid matter, that is made from the kapha, or the earth and water element. And pitta is fire, of the fire element, or the fire element is represented by the pitta, or the fire energy of the universe, or the thermal energy, or the metabolic, the heat of the universe. that is represented by the, the fire element. And air and space, they air and space, they make up the Vata energy or the kinetic energy. So we can see the movement or the movement of the universe, movement of the electrons, movement of our thoughts, movement of our ions in our nervous system or in the body. That is the movement, the voluntary and the involuntary movement of the muscles. Wherever you see the movement, that is all air. I can see the movement of the waves and the coconut leaves. It's all because of the air. And I can see somebody anxious and somebody thinking too much. That is movement of our ions in the brain. So that is air. So we are connected with the universe. We can feel it every single moment. We should know that. We should witness it every single moment. We should know we are energies of the universe. We are representatives of the universe. The energies are manifested within us. Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Pitta is the fire or the metabolism or the metabolic energy. What is the property of fire? What it can do? It is converting the matter into one form of energy into another form. That is fire. So we eat the coconut, it becomes ourselves. So how this miracle is happening? We eat the apple, it becomes us. It becomes ourselves. We eat the banana, it becomes ourselves. So who is doing it? This is fire. That is the fire. It is cooking the banana in our bellies, in our blood, in our liver. So that is the conversion of one form of matter into another form. Similarly, if we put the seed in the earth, any fruit or anything, it becomes a tree. Who is making that tree? That is made by the fire, the heat. The life comes from the egg, from the heat. You can see the pigeon is giving the heat to the egg, or the hen is giving the heat to the egg. That fire is converting, is bringing the life by converting one form into another form. That manifestation is done by the fire or the sparkle of life. So this fire is responsible for conversion of matter into another form of matter, even dead into life. That is the property of fire. So this is how the fire element is working in the universe. It has abundant energy, abundant, like you see in the sun or in the star. That is the fire. Similarly, our cells, they have abundant energy. Our cells, they have mitochondria. They are burning the glucose to take out the ATP or the energy from the food which we eat. And that reaction is fire. That is what is called metabolic fire in Ayurveda, or the Pitta. That is the Pitta, or that is the Agni, which is responsible for the conversion. And Vata is movement. It is moving everything, smaller molecules from one place to another. The movement of blood, the movement of ions, the movement of thoughts, the movement of our mind, the movement of our hands, or the movement of electrons in an atom, or the movement of planets. That is Vata. So whenever you see movement, that is caused by Vata. So if there is obstruction anywhere in the movement, or if there is obstruction in the thoughts, that is Vata imbalance. If there is a problem in the conversion, then is Pitta imbalance. So what is Kapha? Kapha is earth and water. If you take some earth or take some mud and you put in some water in that mud, what happens? It becomes solid. That is solid form of the universe. That is Kapha. And if you give some little bit heat also, that becomes a brick. Take some mud, take some water, and give some heat, it becomes the brick. It can make a house, it can make a building. So that's what it is, a building material. The Kapha is the building of the universe, of the planet, the solid matter of the planet, of the universe, all the planets. Anything which you see solid is Kapha in your body, in the universe. So what we are part of the universe. This is what I was trying to tell you. These 5 elements, it's not very difficult to understand them. If you see them every day, and you can feel them. And how we feel these 3 energies, how we can, in Ayurveda, there are ways to understand them. Being an Ayurvedic doctor, we can see through the pulse from here. So there we have sensors here in our fingers, these 3 fingers. We have special sensors, and we have to understand how to feel the Vata or Pitta or Kapha. Vata movement or Pitta movement or Kapha movement. We can feel it. And we can, if we are not seeing each other face to face or physically, and if we are seeing like this to each other, and still we can feel the vibration. I can feel who is Vata, who is Pitta, and who is Kapha. I can sense it. So it's not difficult. It's very easy. So Nancy Yule or Yule? Nancy Yule seems like a lot of Vata Pitta to me. And Amrita Chaudhary is Pitta Kapha. And Divna is Pitta Kapha. More Kapha. So what does that mean? If I say you are Vata, you are Pitta Kapha, you are Pitta. It means these elements, they have more predominance in your bodies, in your minds. This is what makes you. It's not imbalance. It is your prakriti. It is your nature, inborn, inherent property. So if you are more Vata, so you have more properties of Vata. So more Vata people, they think more, they move more, they have more movements. They fly, they run in their thoughts, even in their dreams. And they are difficult to catch. They they keep, they're good in communication. They are very creative. They love art and philosophy because they are thinkers. And Pitta people, they're very logical. They are very intelligent and brave, and they also think, but they are more analytical and observing and more into logics. So the logical thinking is Pitta. And Kapha people, they are happy people. And they are more peaceful and they are more calm. You can correlate these properties with the fire, air, and earth and water. So more movement is Vata, more aggression or more combustion or more conversion or more pushing is Pitta, and more strength and stamina and calmness and determination or stamina is Kapha. So we can see these from the faces. Even from the face, we can analyze who is more Pitta, who is more Kapha, who is more Vata, who is mixed. And we can analyze the person by looking at the features also of the person. And we can even predict what kind of health concerns a person can have. So Vata people, they can have more concern about the dryness of the skin, they will have more weaker bones, they will have more anxiety and thinking and insomnia, restlessness, difficult to sit at one place for the Vata person. So they are moving. Pitta people, they have, I'm talking about the imbalance. If they are in balanced state, then that is okay. And you are not suffering from any disease. But if there is imbalance of Vata, then such problems occur. If there is imbalance of Pitta, then there is problem of aggression and anger and acidity and burning and heat feeling in the body, inflammations. Such problems are there. And Kapha people, they have swellings and water retention and heaviness, cholesterol, and such problems are common with Kapha people. So knowing the Prakriti or the inborn constitution, there are so many ways to find out the constitution of the person. So many ways. One way is just to have a look at the person. Other way is to ask some questions. I have a questionnaire at my website. You can fill in the questionnaire, you can analyze yourself, and the computer will analyze and give you the results. What is your body type? What is your mental type? What kind of person you are? And accordingly, we start to balance the situation, balance the doshas. These three energies are called doshas. Dosha in Ayurveda. This potential energy, thermal energy, and kinetic energy. So Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, these three are called doshas in Ayurvedic terminology. So we have to balance the doshas. So doshas, how they get imbalanced, how we get disease. Diet, lifestyle, and sleep. These are the three important causes of diseases. Diet, lifestyle, and sleep. So if somebody is not sleeping properly, so that is going to cause, that will hamper the repair process, because sleep is the cause for repair. So if somebody is falling sick and is not getting enough time to sleep, that he is going to fall sick. So sleep is the way we repair our body. Diet is very important. If we are not eating good food according to our Prakriti, you see, salads and fruits can be very good for the Pitta person, but they are not so good for the Vata person. They feel gas and bloating after eating salads. So otherwise, in modern medicine, salads are very good for everybody. For Vata people, oils are very good. Oils and ghee. Massage is very good for Vata people. But for Kapha people, these relaxation things, they cannot be so good. They can be good in some circumstances, but not if a Kapha person is consuming a lot of oily and oils, he can get more fat. Sweet, if Kapha is taking more sweet, he can get diabetes. If Vata is eating more sweet, so it can manage. He or she will gain a little bit weight, but still it's okay sometimes. And for Pitta person, it is always good to have some kind of cooling cooling herbs or cooling food. Salads are very good. Vata is cool, so it's not good to have salads for Vata person. For Vata person, soups are good. Vegetarian soups are very good for Vata people with a lot of ghee in it. So it is going to slow down the Vata person. Pitta person, fruits and vegetables. Kapha person, spices. Because Kapha, earth and water is cooling and heavy. So you need spices to keep your metabolism going. So the metabolic fire or the appetite or the liver or the fire, because spices are like fire. So all the food you should know because food is also having 5 elements. If you're drinking water, you are drinking water element. If you are eating something spicy, you are eating fire element. So that's how you should see it. See your food as elements. So if you want to increase the fire, you need to eat the spices. If the fire prakriti person, if the fire person or the pitta person eats more spices, he gets more fire in the body. So the fire accumulates. If he drinks a lot of alcohol, the fire accumulates and he will get more acid. So spices and alcohol and all these heating things, not good for the pitta person or the person already having a lot of fire. So one should analyze his or her own prakriti and then eat accordingly. And similarly, lifestyle. We are affected by the seasons. We are affected by the timing of the day. We are affected by the energy of the universe. So the seasons, they affect us. So if it is rainy season, our Vata is imbalanced. If it is spring season, our Kapha is imbalanced. If it is winter season, our Pitta is imbalanced state. So this imbalances, they are written or they are mentioned in Ayurveda. They are natural in every person. If Pitta person in the winter season, he is supposed to get more Pitta, more fire. So Vata person, he will have more problems in the rainy season or autumn season. The Kapha person is going to have more problem in the spring season. So the seasons, they are also affecting our body types or bodies, and they may cause different health concerns to different person at different degrees, different levels. So if we understand these basic principles, if we understand our basic prakriti, then we can heal ourselves naturally. And now coming to so anybody want to ask any question?
Thank you. It was quite a
You're not audible. Can you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, now.
It was quite a perspective.
No, not audible. I think the connection is
Just
slow.
Can you type your question?
mic. Is it?
Little bit audible.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I said it was quite a new perspective, and we never thought on those lines earlier in our lives, at least as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But as you were mentioning, how to come to know what type we belong to, like the 3 types you said, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, because that would automatically, address a lot of issues with respect to especially our diet.
Yes. So as I told you, you can go to my website and just fill in some questionnaire, or you can just Google know your Prakriti. Prakriti, your constitution. So know your constitution. This is what you ask Google, how to know my constitution according to Ayurveda. So you can know your constitution, you fill in some questionnaire, and you will come to know what type of person, Prakriti you are. And according to that Prakriti, I have made some special diets and special lifestyle changes I have recommended at my website. You can go there and you can find out. By the way, you are a Vata Pitta person.
I have
Okay.
a question. Can I
Yes.
ask?
Yes, Devna.
Does our Prakriti changes with our age? Personally, I feel that I have changed. That is why I'm asking this.
Yeah, it looks like we have changed, but our Prakriti doesn't change.
Okay. Okay.
Looks like, because we feel that we are changing with age. We are not changing our Prakriti, but our way of thinking changes. Our reactions, they change. We become more mature, but our body and our cells, our metabolism, how our body works, that remains the same, right from the birth.
I think Prajwal Adikar has a question. He has his hands raised.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask your question? Prajwal? Prajwal, do you want to ask your question?
We can go to Mel.
Okay, Mel, you have a question. Do you want to go ahead?
Sure, thank you. Can you hear me okay, doctor?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, you mentioned the
Can people unmute themselves, whoever there is?
I think Prajwal is there now.
okay, so you mentioned the three elements and you referred to them in English as well as in your own language. Can you just go over water is Pitta, is that correct?
No, water is water. Water is water plus earth.
Okay, and fire is
Kapha. Fire is Pitta.
Fire is Pitta, and which one is Kapha?
Earth plus water together.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You
very
remember
much.
it like this.
Uh-huh.
Let me take this light off. Just give me a second. Is it better now?
Yeah, that's fine.
So you remember like this, that these two fingers, just this ring finger, you remember it like earth.
Okay.
What is under the earth? This little finger. Under the earth is water. So earth and water, these two fingers, they make kapha.
Okay.
And this middle finger, this long finger is very strong, it's fire. So you remember it as pitta.
Okay. Thank you.
This is space.
Mm-hmm.
This above is space. And this is air. So air and space is vata.
Thank you.
Amrita has a question now. Do you want to go ahead, Amrita?
Good morning. Thank you so much. That was great. I have a couple of questions. One is the same as Divina asked, because I was told I'm Vata Pitta, but right now you just mentioned Pitta Kapha, which I'm really happy about. The next question is, depending on your dosha, but the body has its intelligence to tell you what to eat at that time as well, right? So is
Of
there a
course.
strict rule,
Yes.
or can you listen to the body, what it wants?
Yes. Of course, you should listen to your body what it wants. Of course, it changes with the daytime, with the seasons, with the time of the year, with the country where you are. So everything changes. But the prakriti or the inborn nature doesn't change. So I told you are Pitta Kapha, but you are more Pitta, and because you were looking very small in a small screen, now I can see you clearly. So Kapha is there, Pitta is there, but Vata is also there.
And my final question is, how much sleep does one need? Does it go
It also depends upon person to person. Some people, for example, Vata people, they don't get sound sleep, but they need more sleep. So and Kapha people, they need less sleep because they are already heavy. Earth and water. Kapha is earth and water. They are heavy, and when they sleep, they are having sound sleep, and they freshen up their bodies quickly in 6 hours, 5 hours sometimes. And other people, they are very light, thin, moving, mobile, too much thinking, and lack of sleep, insomnia, they restless, and even during their sleep, they have a lot of dreams, so they need more sleep. So they don't crash even after sleeping for 7, 8 hours. That's Vata. So you can go to my website and analyze what Prakriti you are.
Thank you.
But surely your Pitta is there for sure. Where you are?
I was at the beach, but this is a background right now. It just makes me feel good, and others, when they look at it, feel good.
It's a beautiful background you have chosen. I should choose the same. It gives a lot of peace and calm to everybody. That's what I tell to my patients. Whenever you feel sad or unhappy, today's webinar was actually on anxiety and all those stress and anxiety and panic and such things. So the only solution I can give as the best solution is just witness this beauty of nature. Witness our energies. Just feel connected with the energies of the universe. That's the only way. Know that you are not you're not just a part of this system, but another system also. There is a system above the system. So you can witness your own life, witness your own self, see your own self. So then you can direct yourself where to go. So come out of your body, come out of your mind, your brain, and then you can direct yourself by your soul. That's how you can remain free from your. And whenever you are stuck in what to decide, sometimes people, they don't know what to decide in their life. So a decision which gives peace to yourself and to people around you, that is a good decision. Sometimes we are not able to decide whether to do this, whether to buy this, or very simple decisions also. We are confused. So anything which gives peace to yourself and your people around you is a good decision.
With respect to sleep, Dr. Vikram, I had a question. Is sound sleep also a kind of indication towards, what kind of personality you are, or an indication towards the medical status? Suppose I get a very sound sleep, irrespective of hard work and a lot of work, still, or without that also getting a very sound sleep. Is it a kind of indication?
Sleep is one parameter. Too much mental work, because you are a Pitta person. I can see that. And Pitta people, they do a lot of mental work. They think too much and a lot of tired also mentally. So you can get good sleep if you're tired. So physically tiredness and mental tiredness, both of them, they are important to get a good sleep. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm in defense.
Uh, must be doing a lot of planning.
Yeah, true.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Maybe also doing a lot of physical exertion, physical exercises. That's also good. A reason good sleep.
Yeah, even if I don't do, then also the sleep is quite good. So I was, in fact, we have a lot of discussion on such issues in our peer group. So we keep wondering, like, there are some colleagues, they don't get a good sleep with the same kind of schedule and same kind of lifestyle. But I do get. So we keep discussing, what could be the possible reasons.
This is all related to
And
Prakriti. This is all Prakriti. As I told you, some Pitta Kapha people, they have good sleep. And Vata people, they don't have sleep.
And since the topic was about, insomnia and those kind of things, I was wondering, are we going to talk about stress in any form in this?
Yes, we can talk after the first question round. We can proceed with that, because
Yeah,
Gauri
so
told
I
that
was
also.
wanting to ask with respect to, are there any indications in your understanding that we can look for whenever we get a doubt whether we are stressed or not stressed?
No, you don't have to. Nobody has to tell you that you are in stress or not in stress. You will come to know automatically. The stress is there. It shows up. If there is you are not sleeping. Stress is like a fire or like a pyre. In India we have saying chinta is like chita. It burns you. Chita is a pyre. So if there is stress or something happening in your mind, what is stress? Stress is something mm, beyond your tolerance. So it affects your mind. If something is affecting your mind, you cannot sleep. So that is the first thing, first parameter which is disturbed. So if you are sleeping good, that means it is not that stress. Normal day-to-day stress is everybody is handling that stress. Everybody is having that stress. But we are talking about stress means, for example, somebody loses some close family member. That is a stressful situation. If you don't eat, your hunger is over, your appetite is gone, your sleep is gone. So that, and if you are having fear of something, fear of future, fear of financial insecurity is there. What will happen tomorrow? Then somebody is living in stressful life. That is stress. So it depends upon level of situation and level of stress one is facing. If somebody is facing the stress, the first symptoms to appear are lack of sleep, lack of appetite. They appear. Even weight loss is there. And then it goes into depression. What is depression? When somebody is not interested in doing things, not interested in meeting people, not interested in watching TV, not interested in listening to music, not interested in meeting anybody or talking with or doing anything, or even going outside home. That is depression. That is sadness. So such depression and sadness, they happen because of prolonged stress. There are so many reasons for stress. Sometimes people, they are betrayed by their own. Betrayal and death, there are two different forms. Sometimes you get betrayed by your own spouse. Some spouse is cheating on you. You feel the betrayal. That is very painful, even more painful than death. So many people, they complain that we are being betrayed by our spouses. And divorce, that is another stress. And disease, that is another stress. So such stresses, they can lead to depression. And those stress can lead to different manifestation like anger or hatred or jealousy or frustration. And then such symptoms, they appear. So it is the situations which we are not able to control. That's why I told you to witness those. Be a witness. Don't get involved in those, because time will pass and the situation will pass. Sometimes the time is the healer. So let the time heal the situation. Don't try to control it. Let it go. So betrayals and such, sometimes financial insecurities, sometimes death of a loved one, sometimes so many stresses. Sometimes people are scared of getting sued by somebody, or the threats. Sometimes people are threatening their business partners, betraying in the business also. So many things that, or keeping somebody, or this, so many things. Stressful situations are there. So if you're not losing weight, if you're not losing your sleep, if you're not losing your appetite, that means it's not stress. It is mild stress. That is called normal nowadays.
Thank you.
Not that bad.
Pujari has a question. Pujari, you want to ask your question?
Yes, madam.
Yes.
Yes. Sir, namaskar, sir.
Namaskar. Yes. Namaste.
Sir. Cabinet, sir, how to handle Vata and Pitta, sir?
How to handle Vata and Pitta? What is your age?
33, sir.
33.
Yes, sir.
But you don't look like Vata and Pitta to me.
Yes, sir. मगर BP तो 140 हो गए सर एक बार.
BP it is happening because of some. Do you have any kind of stress or some situation in your life?
No, sir. I am a professor, sir, assistant professor. I am teaching, sir.
You're teaching, no stress.
Yes, sir.
So what is the maximum BP?
140/80, sir.
140 by. That
Yes,
is
sir.
an interesting thing. You are not Vata person. You are a Pitta Kapha person, right?
Okay.
You are 33.
Okay. Sir.
Your age is 33.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. 33 years of age, Pitta Kapha person having
Sir.
marginal blood pressure. It's not high pressure, it is marginal. This
Okay,
blood
sir.
pressure is not abnormal, if I would say.
Okay, sir.
No?
Yes, sir.
This is a modern medical system. They declared something as imbalance, which is actually not imbalance.
Okay, sir.
Come to a conclusion that 120/80 is normal.
Okay, sir.
But for some people, 140/80 is normal. But for some people, not
Okay.
for everyone. So
Okay,
it is it is a mean which they have concluded statistical mistake
Okay, sir.
that everybody should have 120/80. No, people are having normal. They have normal lifespan at 140/80 also. They have normal lifespan at 160 also. So you don't need to take any medicine.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Medicine.
Sir, I am taking Sarvagandha, sir. Sarvagandha, sir. Weekly once or twice.
For if you want to take, and it is reducing your BP or not?
Yes, sir. 120/80, sir. Anytime.
Anytime. So it
Yes,
will
sir.
reduce BP to 110/70 also.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
And then after some time, you can stop it.
Okay, sir. Definitely, sir.
If you are, it is good you are taking Sarpagandha, because Sarpagandha,
Convert, sir.
it can cure the BP from the root. Otherwise, you should
Sir.
do some Om chanting. Om.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
That's very good to reduce
Yes, sir.
the BP.
Sir, sir, another question, sir.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes, yes. Avoid some
Yes, sir.
pitta food also. Avoid some heating food. Avoid some anything which is spicy. You are in South
Okay.
India.
Yes, sir. South Indian, sir. Telangana, sir. Nearby Hyderabad,
Yes,
sir.
I can see that.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
basically, you are consuming a lot of sambar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. So sambar is the cause of the blood pressure in your case.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, another
You-
question is, I am a Brahmin,
Yes.
sir. I am Brahmin Pujari, sir.
Yes.
I am daily tea, sir. Taking tea is most, sir.
How many times?
4 to 5 times, sir. Because of
so,
pujas is there, na, sir.
so it doesn't matter if you are a Brahmin or whatever caste you have,
Yes,
but
sir.
tea doesn't see anything in your body.
Yes, sir.
It's for
Yes,
tea,
sir.
same for you, same for me. It has a lot of caffeine, a lot of nicotine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Lot of nicotine can increase the blood pressure. 4
Okay, sir.
5 a day is not good.
Okay, sir. I am taking Arjuna, sir.
Just avoid tea.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
You don't need Arjuna, you don't need Sarpagandha, just cut down tea. And
Okay,
also
sir.
sambar has a lot of heating things in it, spices. Lot of
Yes,
sour.
sir.
Lot of
Okay.
sour, lot of fire.
Okay,
Lot
sir.
of
Okay.
fire. You need water. You need a lot of water. Coconut water. You have a lot of coconut there.
Yes, sir.
You drink coconut water, cooling. You
Yes,
put
sir. Yes.
in your body.
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, another question, sir.
Yes.
Our Mamuji has a CKD patient, sir.
Kidney disease. Okay. Chronic.
Kidney disease and also using Planet Ayurveda medicine, sir. With my reference only, sir.
Okay.
All review kidney packed with medicine Nepralka and Rencure, Punarava
Okay.
Mandur.
Yes.
वो यूज कर रहा सर ये तो
Yes.
अब
Yes.
तो यूज कर रहा सर
All right. So this
GFR तो
Punarnava,
sir.
I am telling you about Punarnava. Punarnava is a herb.
Okay, sir.
There to revive everything. I mean, Punar means and Nava means new.
Yes, sir.
It can make everything new in our body. This Punarnava. So I
Okay,
am
sir.
giving Punarnava to your uncle,
Okay,
and
sir.
he will be fine after a few months.
Okay, sir.
Every month you follow up with my team in
Okay,
my
sir.
office.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
I have a team of around 15 or 20 Ayurvedic doctors in my office.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can fix an appointment with them and
Yes,
you
sir.
can follow up with them.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Good follow, sir. Sir, how to increase the GFR, sir?
This will help. Whatever you are taking, it will help. To
Okay,
increase
sir.
it.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. Okay. Take care.
I
Sarul,
just had one other quick question, because I'd like to hear whatever else the doctor has to say to all of us. But if we're a combination, I believe that I'm a Kapha Vata.
Yeah.
How do we balance that out? Because those are opposing. We have opposing traits. I'm a fire sign, but I have a lot of water in me.
Yeah. Because Kapha is cooling, Vata is cooling. You need something which is warming, not heating.
I need
Warm.
cooling. Okay.
No, not cooling, warm.
I need warm.
Warmth is what you need. Air is cool. Water is cool. So earth and water. Kapha Kapha has cold properties. So you need something against the cold. What is?
But I'm very much Kapha.
So you are Kapha. Kapha means earth and water. That is, Kapha means cold.
Mm-hmm. No, I understand that, but I also have the fire. I have a lot of fire in me too.
I know that. I think.
Fire is Pitta, Mel.
Yeah, she
Right.
knows that.
That's why I'm that combination.
Mel, what I can see in you is lot of fire.
Okay.
Don't see lot of Kapha. It is little bit of Kapha is there. It can be like 20%. Sometimes we have all three. It's not that we don't have three.
Mm-hmm.
I have all three in me in certain ratio and proportion. So most of the people they have, sometimes people have 10% Kapha, 5% Kapha, or something like that. So you have around 20% Kapha and about 40% of Pitta and 40% of Vata, or maybe 25% of Kapha. So Kapha is not too much. Pitta is there, Vata is there. So Pitta is too much. So that is there too much. So, but you have air also. You don't have to worry about the imbalance of Kapha, because Kapha is not in imbalanced state. Your Pitta is always in the imbalanced state most of the time.
Okay.
So you need to calm down the Pitta and also calm down the Vata, because there's one more important thing. Pitta and Kapha, they're not moving. Vata is moving. And Vata is responsible for imbalance of everything, of Pitta, of Kapha. So Vata is, you have more Pitta, but Vata is causing the imbalance. So how you balance Pitta and Vata? Balance Pitta and Vata. Don't worry about the Kapha. So you can balance Pitta and Vata by ghee. So you need to, that is the way you can do it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Azharul Qadri has a question. They want to ask their question. Azharul, you want to go ahead?
Namaskar, sir.
Namaskar. Can you speak in English?
सर मैं आपसे उर्दू में ही बात करूंगा. मैं इंग्लिश बोल नहीं पाता हूँ लेकिन समझता हूँ.
It's okay. He cannot speak in English. Speak only in Urdu. I will translate for you. Maybe Gauri, you can translate.
Yes, I will. Please go ahead, Azharul. I'll translate your question.
सर मुझे जो है अल्सर की प्रॉब्लम है, तो आपके यहाँ की दवा मैं 1 महीने से खा रहा हूँ, और उसमें सर दिक्कत ये थी कि मतलब मुझे जो है मेरा पेट साफ नहीं होता है सर. पेट साफ नहीं होता है, कब्ज रहती है.
आप कहाँ?
अब जो है लगभग सर मैं दिल्ली में पढ़ाता हूँ, TGT अरबिक हूँ, स्कूल में पढ़ाता हूँ एक, और मैं दिल्ली में रहता हूँ.
So he lives in Delhi, he's teaching in school, and he is suffering from ulcer and he's having constipation. So basically you need to have a session with me. आपको मेरे साथ एक अपॉइंटमेंट फिक्स करना पड़ेगा. You can fix an appointment with me of about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and we talk about your health concern. Basically, it is ulcers in the gut. Since you are suffering from ulcerative colitis, the main cause is mixing up of food. Different foods, they have different potency. Some foods are heating, some are cooling. When we mix them, then there is reaction, and there is fermentation in the gut. That leads to autoimmune disorders like ulcerative colitis. So you must have done the mixing up of different foods in the past. So that is leading to the ulcer formation in the gut. So you need to be careful about not consuming. Follow my diet chart, as I have mentioned in various YouTube videos about ulcerative colitis, and it is possible to cure this problem from the root and get rid of these ulcers permanently. Okay, आप एक
सर तो
बताइए, फिर बात करेंगे, है ना?
हाँ सर, तो किस तरह बुक करना पड़ेगा सर? मैं आपके यहाँ की दवा खा रहा हूँ, 1
वो
महीना
आप
हो गया
मेरे
आपको खाते
ऑफिस
हुए।
में मेरा
लेकिन
नंबर
सर
होगा,
कब्ज की जो
वो मेरे ऑफिस में आप बात कीजिए, Planet Ayurveda. Go to planetayurveda.com and you can find phone numbers there, and you can book an appointment with me.
I think Ayurveda is not just about
ठीक है
the medicine.
Yeah,
Ayurveda
it's
is
not,
holistic.
yes,
ठीक है
yes.
सर, शुक्रिया सर।
Okay, thank you.
Pujari, you still have a question? Hello, Pujari.
I think it's okay.
I think Divna Shipwikich has a question.
I have a question. I would like to go back to depression. There are many people around me that suffer or complain that they have depression, and I would like to ask, how can I help them? I mean, for me, I know what I should do. For my close family, I can influence them, but my neighbor or a friend of mine, how do I help them? It is easy to say, just forget, not.
No, yeah, I know it is. I know it is easy to say what I said. Just
no, I don't want to be misunderstood. No, I was just thinking about a friend of mine who visited me yesterday, and we were talking, and that is what she told me. It is easy to say, but how do I do that? And I really don't know how to help on that level.
Depression, first of all, there is, as I told you, there is stress. Then there is not people, they don't feel that they are able to control the situations. First of all, there are some situations. I'm talking about how the depression develops. First of all, sometimes it is all of a sudden. Something happens and you are in depression. Somebody dies or some situation comes and then you are all of a sudden. Sometimes it is slowly. So basically, people feel lonely and sad in depression, and there is hopelessness. Depression is equal to hopelessness. So what is the treatment? Hope. So they need to actually see some hope somewhere. They lose hope. Depressed people, they don't have hope. If somebody is giving them hope, or somebody is giving them some light at the end of the tunnel, then they come out of depression. Otherwise, it is difficult. They need constant morale boosting. Cannot be in one session. They need to talk to different. They don't talk. Depression people talk. They need to talk. So they need to be in touch with other groups also. For other groups, what I do with my patients, if somebody is suffering from depression, I find out the cause of the depression, and then I ask them, I give the phone number of other similar kind of person who had dealt the same situations. For example, some patient is suffering from depression and having some reason like some disease. I give the phone, I join them together so they can talk to each other. So this is called self-help groups. So I try to, if I'm not available, at least somebody is there to help them out. So if I'm not giving hope, somebody else is giving hope on my behalf. So who has himself suffered from depression.
what I usually say to people that complain or say to me that they are depressed, I usually say, I try to help them, asking them about the reason of depression, and then do my best to explain that that is just another challenge in the life that they have to overcome. They have to talk to people that are positive, people that don't speak only about their problems, but about things that are good in life, and just think about the family, the bigger family, how the family needs them out of this situation. These are kind of advices that I give. I never thought about a support group, but that is an excellent suggestion. I will use that.
That works really well, because support group is something which is there all the time. They meet different type of people. Depression people, they are not talking. They are keeping things to themselves, and they make walls in their mind, and they don't talk, they don't express, they are not explaining their situations to a counselor, or a counselor is not available. You are not available to them every day. You cannot listen to their problems every day, 1 hour. So they need to talk 1 hour every day to somebody. Then they should be given a chance to talk. They should be given something where they can vent out, or they can just talk about their problems, so that they slowly they come out of this. So we need to provide them support group or something like that, so that if they are talking to 4 or 5 different people at the same time, so that helps. And those, especially those who have themselves suffered from the same situation.
Thank you. Yeah.
That helps a lot.
Amrita has a question. She has her hands raised.
I think following Divna's question, certain countries, not all, but as you know, certain countries are going through more stress and anxiety these days, just because of the situation, whether it's the virus or whatever. And because this seminar was on anxiety and stress, I thought this was very much in my mind. There's a global consciousness of stress, anxiety, and kind of hopelessness. And I was wondering, in Ayurveda, the meditation, the yogic techniques, aside from, also a sense of community that you said, which was really great. How does Ayurveda look upon the present situation? Because it's just not localized, it's in the universal consciousness. So I would be really interested to know what Ayurveda, from the Ayurvedic perspective, how you see this whole situation.
That's a very good question. In Ayurveda also, it is mentioned certain epidemics that used to happen in the ancient times also. There are certain chapters mentioned in ancient Ayurvedic texts, like Charak Samhita. Charak Samhita is written about 4,000 years ago. Charak, Charak, Charak Samhita. So that text was written about 3,500 or 4,000 years ago. And that has mentioned in chapter 3 of Vimanstan. There is a chapter of epidemics. Why these epidemics happen. They have even given the cause of all kind of epidemics, not the viral, but any. So this epidemic, the cause is whenever there is excess of greed. You see what they wrote, the cause. And how did they know greed is the cause of epidemic? How they correlated? You can imagine how intelligent they were in those times. They mentioned the first cause is greed and adharma, lack of empathy and lack of responsibility and your duties. When people are not doing their duties, that is the cause of epidemic. Then what happens? Why this epidemic happens? When somebody is not performing their duties, somebody is losing empathy, somebody is there is too much hatred in the atmosphere, so, and greed is there. What happens during that time? People, they store, they hoard things. They hoard money, they hoard everything, they hoard the food, they become more greedy. And what happens? There is not availability of, lack of resources, and the air becomes polluted, the food becomes polluted, with the mental consciousness becoming negative. The air becomes negative, the water becomes negative, everything becomes. So that negativity causes flow of negative energies in the universe. So those negative energies, they cause epidemics. So this virus is nothing. This is negative energy. It will go away slowly, definitely. So slowly, everything will be fine. It is going away. When people like us, we are bringing the awareness. You are bringing the awareness by asking such questions. I am bringing the awareness by giving the answer that greed is the cause. So let's not be greedy. Let's solve this with peace and happiness and love. Obviously, the positive energies, they will be in the air, and that will be boosting the immune system of the whole society. Empathy and love can boost the immune system.
So even if there's a minority population which is offering compassion, empathy, love, and a sense of community, that is powerful.
Very much powerful. Very much powerful. Like a medicine. Like a medicine is very small in dosage, but it can do wonders. So this thing is like a medicine. It will be. Many people even realized, I have seen in my circle, people are talking about it. Their behaviors, they changed during this COVID times. They are talking what for we were working. This health cannot be bought, health cannot be purchased. They say there is no use of working. It's working means they were getting too much greedy in the work. They were working like too much. Now I see people spending more time with their loved ones. They are having more time for their family, especially during the COVID or after the COVID. So their lives, I have seen many people, they are changing. So this is happening.
In fact, I have something to add on that when Dr. Chauhan says that it is greed and lack of empathy and compassion that causes that is cause of epidemic, and that is how I see it in a way too, because when I see COVID, when people say that it is a lot of comorbidities like diabetes, obesity causing the problem, in my eyes, I see it even in a more bigger picture, because I see some people who were obese and with diabetic conditions also survived well. Why? And why did so many people die on streets with lack of oxygen, with lack of care, with lack of hospitals? Because I can totally relate this, that it is not just one factor. There are many factors governing it, because the people who are surviving are also those who are being well taken care of, or people who are not catching it are also people who are being well taken care of. They have information of right nutrition, or they have good access to healthcare. They have families around them. The empathy and love is there. Like, a lot of people.
In India, yes, you're right. In India, there are many hospitals, they were built where where everybody was allowed to go and meet COVID patients, Ayurvedic hospitals. Ayurvedic people, Ayurvedic doctors, they allowed to admit these COVID patients and without any mask, without anything, and the families were allowed, everything was allowed. This was happening in India. Many I've seen, and there was no death in those hospitals.
I do feel there is a system of lack of actual information. Empathy, I feel, is a big thing, because so many people who are dying, considering like when people say a lot of people
They are
died
scared.
in India,
People
a lot of
died
people
because a lot of
of
people,
lack of money.
Yes, lack of money, lack of too much scare. I mean, they were scared a lot. They were in a state of fear. In Ayurveda, it is mentioned that people die even if a snake is crawling in your feet, is not biting you, just went through your feet, and somebody dies because of the heart attack. Person didn't die because of the snake bit him, but he died because of the fear of the snake. And he thought that it has bit me, but it was just a cardiac arrest because of the fear. So similarly, cardiac arrests, they have happened. People jumped off the hospitals because they were tested positive. There were so many cases when we heard that somebody is positive and he jumped out of the window just because he was positive. So this was all fear. And it is still going on in some countries.
No, fear is like one big thing. I feel myself, like how the situation and epidemic creates, it makes people lose, their stress level, make them lose the empathy and the love. And like, I still remember when tsunami came. I don't watch much Bollywood movies, but at that time I was young and I used to. So I heard one actor say that, they don't just need your money, actors and industrialists, they donate a lot. So they said, I really respected what he said, that he looked really emotional too. He said that he went there, he hugged people. He said that they don't need your money. They have lost their loved ones. They have lost lives. They need you to embrace them. And when we create fear and when we create so much anxiety, of course, people will anxiety doesn't come from any other factor but from within us, as we believe. Ayurveda believes so strongly in the spirit within us and the witness. And I do feel that the stronger we get within us, the better we make choices, even about our lifestyle, about how empathetic we can be and how we can embrace people, plus what is right for us, what is good for our body, what is harmful for our body. And every decision people make, the more they grow in their empathy level within. So I do feel that our rishis were right when they said that epidemics are a result of greed and lack of empathy, because yes, there is lack of information, but there's also a lot of lack of empathy, because everybody who's dying is probably dying out of lack of resources too.
Yeah, of course. I think Amrita has a question.
No, I just wanted to conclude. My question was that I've been following Ayurveda for a long time now. And what I have personally found is that my emotional stress manifests in physical illness.
Of course, that happens.
So fear and various other things we were talking about, and at times I do take medication when that happens, but a lot of the times it's different Ayurvedic practices of meditation and yoga and various other things. So thank you so much for answering my previous question. I really appreciate this. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Vinay has a question.
Yeah, good evening. Sorry, I have one more question to ask.
Yeah.
I am very new to Ayurveda, but since I have started consulting, I have started liking it. And as I said in the very beginning, it is giving a totally different perspective, which we never thought about. So now, since we consider Ayurveda as a holistic approach towards health and well-being, my question would be that how do you look at a normal health? Like we talked about a particular disease or particular situation, like we talked about the pandemic. But a normal person in a normal scenario, when we are, how should we approach health? Like my specific 3 points would be in terms of diet oblique nutrition, exercises, and normal lifestyle. If we can, bring that together and you can give some kind of perspective on that, I'll really appreciate.
Yeah, normal state of health, according to Ayurveda, Ayurveda is written in form of Sanskrit verses, Sanskrit shlokas, or little poems, you can say. Some dosha, some agnish, some dhatu malakriya. It is mentioned in Sanskrit. Some dosha, some means balanced. Balanced state of these doshas or these energies. Some dosha, some agnish. Some agnish means there are different types of fires in our body, metabolic fire, digestive fire. So all these fires, when they are in balanced state. Prasan atma indriya mana. Prasan means blissful state of soul, blissful state of mind, blissful state of our senses. That is state of true health. So that is oozing. The health is always oozing. One can sense it, one can feel it. So blissful state is easily visible. So you don't have to find a thermometer to check your temperature to find out whether you are having a fever or not. If you are having fever, you will know it. So if you are not having fever, still you will know it. So anything, any disease will show up. So it's a blissful state is always healthy state. I usually give the example of these 5 fingers. These 5 fingers are different, 5 type of different healths I explain. This big finger or the middle finger, I say this is the mental health. You see, this is the biggest, and this is very important. If the mental health is good, you can think straight and you can decide for your physical health also, for your everything. So mental health is very important. And this index finger is smaller and it is physical health. So if the mental health is good, physical health can also be good because we can decide what to do, what to eat, when to sleep, what to think, and whether to go for Ayurvedic doctor or whether to go for allopathic doctor. You can decide from your mind if your mental health is good and whether to take allopathic pills or whether to take some herbal soups or some juices. Here, this ring finger is financial health. If you are mentally good, if you are physically good, what you will do? You will work. Obviously, then your financial health will also be good. So you will have money also. If you're mentally and physically fit, of course, you will be showered with the blessings. And if everything is good, then this is a small little finger and it is just hanging on to this one, this financial health. So if you have money, this is social health. Everybody likes you, right? So your social health is also good. Everything, mental health, mentally you are good, your behavior is good. You're talking good to people, your behavior to society is good. So social health matters a lot. Financial health matters a lot. Mental health matters the most. And physical health you can take care of if you're mentally strong. So all these 4 healths. If you are, and what is this? This one, this thumb. You cannot even write. You cannot even drink a glass of water if his thumb is not there. So if you have these 4 healths are perfectly okay, and this 5th one is not okay, then you cannot function properly. So what is this one? This one is your spiritual health. So that is what I was talking about. If you are connected with your soul, if your soul is connected with the universal energies, if you are aware of this universal consciousness, if you know that you are part of the universe, if you know that your soul is part of God and you are child of God and you are not scared, then your mental health will be perfectly okay. That is the way your spiritual health, your mental health will be fine, and then everything else will also be fine. You will always be in a blissful state. That's how it is working.
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. So, any more questions?
I think
And
Vinay
stress and
wanted you to.
anxiety. Yeah, stress and anxiety. I wanted to tell people they don't talk to themselves. They talk to everybody else. They want to convey their feelings and their emotions and whatever they think, their thoughts to everybody. They want to control the situation. They want to tell everybody what they are going through. You should know, you should know, you should know. They are finding hope from everybody else. They don't see hope within, but there is too much hope inside. You just have to look inside. Every morning, just talk to yourself. Every morning. Even on the bed, while you are sleeping, while you're about to get up, about to wake up. When you are just about to wake up, you just talk to yourself. Speak to your soul what you are going to think today and what you are not going to think today. Tell yourself what not to think. So if you forget this exercise, then you will be in fear, loneliness, hopelessness, despair, and all kind of negative emotions. When you tell yourself in the morning, you are child of the supreme power. When you surrender to God, and when you know that somebody is there, some superpower is there with you, then you are not scared of any situation and everything is okay. Then you surrender. What is faith and religion? What is faith and religion? It is surrender. You are, for example, if a child is always fearless. Have you seen a child who is scared? No. Because the child knows his parents are always there to take care of him. Because the parents are always worried about the child. The child is never afraid of jumping from the roof or falling from the roof or falling from the bed or catching a fire or anything. A child can do anything, fearless. Because he has surrendered himself to parents. And parents are already taking care of the child. And similarly, if we don't have our parents, we have our Father with us. What is the need to be scared? There is nothing. And if something happens to us, we are not going anywhere. Our soul will, this matter is going to mix up with the matter. Our matter is 5 elements, nothing else. Our soul stays forever. It is energy of the universe. It is moving in the universe always. So we are going to meet again. We don't die. We are always here and there. We are meeting each other in different forms. So we will meet. If somebody dies also, they can also meet why we are meeting even now. What is the connection? It is our old connection. We are meeting each other because of our old connections. That is what we should understand, and we should talk to ourselves. And that is the meditation. That is why what we should meditate. Some people, they say that we cannot meditate. I don't know how to what to do in meditation. Just sit and close my eyes and what to do. You should connect yourself to you should talk to your father, talk your problems, talk about your life and feel it that he is there and he is going to solve everything. So you don't worry. Everything is fine. Okay. Anybody else? Any question?
I think no one has any question anymore.
Okay, that's good. Good.
Are you located in Delhi or somewhere else?
I am in north of Delhi.
Okay.
I'm Chandigarh. It's a beautiful city and very nice planned city. Chandigarh, about 250 kilometers north of Delhi.
And so you do Zoom consultations?
I do
For people who are not there?
consultations, yes. I do WhatsApp video consultations, Zoom consultations. I'm doing a lot of consultations nowadays, especially during COVID. And Gauri has planned my Zoom webinar.
And I will be hosting these webinars quite often. So once a month, me and Dr. Chauhan have agreed that we would have a group webinar like this, so people can actually get together. And I would love to know, though, how many people in this group have joined through meetup group, like through the meetup. Can you just raise hands through? Well, personally.
Hello, Miro.
I also joined through Meetup.
You've also joined through Meetup. Okay, that's great. So like 6-7 people have come through Meetup. So I'm trying to host more webinars, and I will be hosting them through Meetup. And the rest of the people, you guys.
I heard about it on WhatsApp.
On WhatsApp. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't advertise. We didn't advertise this webinar. Otherwise, there would have been a lot of rush, a lot of people doing webinars, and I'm promoting at my platform also sometimes. And so those webinars are huge, a lot of people. So that is like one way.
The topic was very interesting, and I thought that there will be too many people. So I
didn't want that too many.
I didn't advertise it to my friends and anybody.
Yeah.
But I just decided to be there on my own.
Yes, that's better. So I didn't want it to be too many people. So it's better. How are you, Miro? Good to see you.
Super, good to see you.
His eyesight is back. That is
good thing.
Completely back.
Your suggestion was excellent.
Thank you for that. I'm so happy.
And I was following up all your suggestions up to the point.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
My only submission would be, Dr. Vikram, if as she was telling that we would be going to have more. So like today's topic, we keep and diversified topics. So
I couldn't hear you.
Vinay, you weren't audible. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, sure. I was saying that like today, if we can have more such webinars where we keep different topics in each webinar, And a holistic kind of idea like today Dr. Vikram has given, if in a similar fashion we can join and benefit, it would be grateful. That's what I was saying.
Yes, of course, we will do that.
For sure. We can also cover like specific like we could cover specific diseases and also the Ayurvedic causes, root causes, from starting from Panchamahabhutas to Doshas and imbalances, and how Ayurveda handles them. We can cover those topics in future. We can also cover topics on Ayurvedic diet for certain dosha types. For prakritis, different prakritis, we could have webinars on those type of topics. And like on certain herbs, we can have a webinar in future. So I would be interested in knowing, will everyone here be okay if I would send you guys out an email for the next webinar and let you know about the next webinar on Ayurveda?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
I think we can talk on various health concerns.
Health
Yeah,
concerns.
and we should avoid asking individual, because
Yes.
a couple of questions that could be avoided. Let's talk about
With-
common issues which bind all of us together.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can also talk on general Ayurvedic concepts like diet related to different doshas or different problems as well. So we can have specific. So once a month, definitely Dr. Chauhan will be back with us. I can send you all an email, and maybe we can create a place. I do have a website coming up, and we can create a place where you guys can actually post some topics of your interest that you might want us to cover in future. So we will have that going on in future as well. So I believe everybody is okay with sending out of an email. So I hope to see most of you again.
Okay, I'm typing my website. If somebody wants, I have a team of Ayurvedic doctors. So if somebody wants consultation, video consultation, they can connect to the website. My appointments, they are booked for about 1.5 months. So if you want my appointment, then you can fix an appointment today and we can talk after a month or so.
Civil has a question. Do you? Do you have a question, Civil? Hello, Civil.
Nancy has a question, I think.
Okay, Nancy has a question. Nancy, go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much. This has been the most amazing presentation. So thank you so very much. I was just wondering how to balance Vata, a Vata person.
Balance Vata?
Vata, yes, sorry.
Yes. Vata is the most difficult. It's a tornado. Hurricane. It's fast, it is moving, it is mobile, it is light, difficult to catch hold of Vata. Minute, these are the properties. Vata is light and dry. So if something, just imagine a small insect running very fast. How you hold it? You put oil on it. So if you are a Vata person, if you are having Vata imbalance, so oil is the key. You massages, the Vata people need a lot of oiling. Outside application of oil, that is oil massage, sesame oil massage, a lot of it. And even inside drinking 2 spoonfuls of oil. Almond oil is very good for drinking. Almond oil, 2 teaspoonfuls every night before sleeping. So it calms down the Vata. Or some, even flaxseed oil is good, almond oil is good, sesame oil for massage. And for Shirodhara, we put in oil here also on the forehead. That is called Shirodhara. Panchakarma, even the oil enema is given. Enema of the herbs and oil, sesame oil. So that is also given in. And always avoid dry food, dry, like packaged food, that is dry. Vata is dry, packaged food is dry, biscuits are dry, chips are dry, corn flakes are dry, anything packaged that is dry, that is going to increase the Vata. So ghee is very good. Butter oil, ghee is butter oil. So you always consume hot or warm food. If you are eating cold food, it's for everybody, because everybody has some form of Vata. And if Vata is not in balanced state, everything else is imbalanced, because Vata is the moving force. In Ayurveda, in Sanskrit words, it is written Pitta Pangu, Kapha Pangu. Pangu means handicapped. Pitta is Pangu, Kapha is Pangu. Pitta is handicapped, Kapha is handicapped. They don't move. They don't move. Vayuna tatra gachanti megvat vayuna yatra niyante means they go to other places where Vayu or Vata takes them. They are immobile. Pitta and Kapha are immobile, but wherever Vata takes them, they go. So Pitta and Kapha, they are not moving. They are not causing the problems. Vata is the culprit.
Thank you so much.
So, yeah, so take care of your Vata. I'm good to see your background. Very nice. You're doing good yoga.
Yes.
Dr. Chauhan,
Yes.
I have a question. You said
Okay.
packaged food should be avoided by Vata. So,
By everybody.
By everybody.
Packaged food is a dead food. Packaged food is a dead food. You take out something from the package. You put it under the microscope. You will see it is not moving. It is dead. You take something from the tree. You put it under microscope. You will see there is cell wall. There are other cell organs which are moving. It has a cellular structure. Biscuits, they are dead. Dead food. Don't eat dead food. Eat living food.
I think we had that talk before. You said that everything coming from factory, biscuits, vegetarian, non-vegetarian, everything is dead.
Of course, anything which is dead is dead. If it is how the factories they make the food, it is not possible to make food in the factory. It is not good. If food is made in the factory, it is dead food. If food is made in God's factory is trees or the earth. If food is coming out from the earth or coming from the trees, that is full of life, full of energy. That is food.
What about
The one
frozen
thing
food?
too is in the metropolitan life, it's so difficult to detach completely from the processed food. I completely agree with you. Yes, it must be detached, but in a metropolitan life, it's so difficult.
If you try, it's not so difficult. I have seen it is more easier in metropolitan cities. Everything is available, but you just have to look for it. There are places where you get everything.
It's
Where in
very,
you are? Which city you are living?
Presently, I'm in Kolkata. We do have consultations for my particular ailment. So I have stopped all the processed food, but I find it difficult. Although I do it, but I find it difficult.
Yeah. Okay, Kolkata is a very beautiful city. A lot of herbal teas are there. So it's a tea capital. So
Yeah,
you
that's
can
right.
have,
That's right.
yeah.
Pujari has written a very funny question that
Yes.
without biscuits and chips, kids are going so aggressive. And I think that we should have a whole session, Dr. Chauhan, on how to train kids in Ayurveda from their childhood, because the better habits kids develop as a child, the easier it will be for them to understand that it is easy not to eat processed. Right now, we think it is difficult because we grew up as child that our parents spoiled us and pampered us with biscuits and chips, not with Ayurveda.
Without biscuits and chips, kids are so aggressive. I am saying it should be with biscuits and with chips. They they are aggressive because of this. They are eating this kind of food. You should give them this one, this thing. You see, what is this? This is the food. Every night, I would recommend 2 of these walnuts. This is our brain. This has a lot of. You see, it looks like brain. Can you see that? This structure. So just take two walnuts every night. Everything will be good.
What about frozen food? That is also dead food, I think. Am I wrong? I mean,
Frozen food.
Frozen food.
If the dead food is frozen, it is double dead. If the living food is frozen for some time, it is sometimes okay. If you keep some apples in your fridge, so not for 10 days, but for 1 day, so that's okay. So it's not, I mean, if you are keeping that in freezer, that's not good. You're talking about freezer, I think.
Yeah. Most food here in the States, people that eat, it is either packed or frozen. That is what they eat, and that is why they have so many digestive problems.
So many health problems, even cancers.
Yeah, I know.
So many health concerns. So we have become so used to this concept of food eating that people are having a lot of health problems, and they are not able to correlate, not correlating it. Even the doctors, they don't care. They don't tell that this is happening because of your food. Food, lifestyle, and sleep. That's the cause.
Any more questions by anybody?
I think we should now
Wrap up for the day.
wrap up.
Okay, somebody is saying something here, Sunil. Okay, yes, Sunil, we will keep for different diseases separate. However, I do wish to make myself clear again here that this webinar or the ongoing webinars that we will be having with Dr. Chauhan on Ayurveda through our platform is only for information purpose. So this is not for any specific medical advice for anybody on the webinar itself. And you have to contact your primary care physician or reach out to Ayurvedic doctors yourself directly for your condition. So we are not giving any medical advice. It is not to replace any conventional allopathic therapies or anything over here. We are only here for information purpose, to help you get information about Ayurveda, to get you interested. It is good to learn about the holistic wisdom before you even try something that is more alternative, natural, herbal. So we are trying to propagate the wisdom and the information.
I would like to add something, Gauri. So if you are saying this as alternative system of medicine, I would say this as a main system of medicine and other system as alternative system. So if you are really if you have some injury or some accident, God forbid, then you can try alternative system of medicine. Otherwise, if you try Ayurvedic system, everything is good.
Yes, for sure. Ayurvedic system is a very holistic system because it looks at not just drugs. It takes care of your internal whole structure. It wants not just food, also your sleep, your lifestyle, your peace of mind. Everything comes with Ayurveda that, is the person, functioning internally in the right capacity, and that has a lot of factors environmentally and food wise, in diet and lifestyle, exercising, and even meditation, even the way we are turning towards ourselves. So for sure, Ayurveda is very holistic. Allopathy is now trying to copy that. I feel they're incorporating like meditation and all. Sometimes they try to do that, but that is, we know it has ancient roots already in the holistic system back from centuries and ages ago. So they can do that, but the roots we know comes from the ancient East Indian system, where Ayurveda speaks about everything as a very holistic process. So make sure you keep this video for information purpose. We will be sharing it on social media. This is recorded, and hopefully people will benefit from it, and they will get more interest in reaching out to Dr. Chauhan directly for consultations. And I look forward to have more and more people back on the webinar, and we have these question answer sessions again. So thank you so much to everybody for coming in, and I hope we will see each other very soon again. Thank you, Dr. Chauhan, for lovely Ayurveda webinar. Thank you a lot for this.
Okay, thank you. Namaskar.
So we will be ending it. Thank you.